Coke taking a few sips, Mama puts on a comedy knowing we wanted to watch an action movie.
Every family night has a story. There's joy when we eat together. Offers available at Jumia and Glovo. T's and C's apply. Coca-Cola, real wonder.
Attention! This now boarding announcement for passenger wey wan travel with Nigerian Idol season 7. Watch the live shows every Sunday for Africa Magic Urban and Family for 7 p.m. Download my GoTV app make you fit dey vote for your favorite idol. GoTV, love it.
Splash FM 105.5.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Good morning and welcome to the first edition of Business Splash for the week. In this package, we have for you stories on communications, ports, security, export, pension and exchange, as well as some stock reports. I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa. First, the headlines. NCC alerts on latest trick by hackers to unlock, steal vehicles. World Bank agrees to loan for Lagos ports repairs. SEC limits amount raised from digital currency, offers to 10 billion naira. The National Pension Commission states 73% of workers under contributory pension below 40 years. Now, the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has alerted telecom consumers and members of the public on an ongoing cyber vulnerability which allows a nearby hacker to unlock vehicles, start their engines wirelessly and make away with them. NCC's Director of Public Affairs, Ikechukwu Adinde, made this known in a statement on Sunday in Abuja. Adinde quoted this from the latest advisory released by the Computer Security Incident Response Team established by the NCC. He, however, said that the NCC CSIRT in the advisory had offered some precautionary measures or solutions that could be adopted by car owners to prevent falling victim. According to the Cyber Alert Unit of the Commission, when affected, the only mitigation is to reset your key fob at the dealership. In a related advisory, it said that the NCC, based on detection by CSIRT, wishes to inform the general public about the resurgence of Joker Trojan-infected Android apps on Google Play Store. According to him, the NCC also advises telecom consumers to ensure that apps installed from the Google Play Store are heavily scrutinized by reading reviews, assessing the developers, perusing the terms of use, and only granting the necessary permissions. Now, the World Bank is set to offer the Nigerian Ports Authority, the NPA, a loan to rehabilitate the failed sections of the Tin Can Island port and the Lagos Port Complex Apapa if the concessionaires operating the affected terminals fail to commit to fix the port on time. Addressing reporters in Lagos over the weekend, its managing director, Mr. Mohammed Bello Koko, said many years ago NPA had approached the World Bank for a similar assistance. He bemoaned the 2-week notice he and his colleagues gave operators before entering the terminal for inspection. NPA Bello Koko said might terminate the concession agreement it has with some terminal operators if they fail to invest in the port infrastructure they had been using for the past 10 to 15 years. The affected 5 terminal operators, Bello Koko said, were being monitored to ensure they did the right things as stated in the agreement they had signed with the NPA. The NPA helmsman said the introduction of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, the ICRC Act, by the federal government meant that the renewal of concession agreement for terminal operators was done according to the law or guidelines. Now, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, has disclosed that the Federal Executive Council has approved the sum of 375 billion naira as an export expansion grant for Nigerian exporters. Speaking at the weekend during the Export for Survival Walk in Abuja, the Executive Director of NEPC, Dr. Ezra Yakusak, explained that the grant is aimed at boosting the capacity of exporters in the country. According to him, to boost non-oil export, the federal government has just approved the sum of 375 billion naira as export expansion grant for exporters. He added that the grant is for all exporters that applied for the funds in the time past, adding that the money will clear the backlog from 2016 to date. Yakusak also said over 285 exporters were to benefit from the grant.
Non-oil export. The Federal Executive Council just approved the sum of 375 billion naira. As export expansion grant to all exporters that apply for export expansion grant. And that means the backlog from 2006 to date has been cleared. And so exporters will expect that any money from now. Right now, it is going to be taken to National Assembly for assent. And of course, about 285 exporters are beneficiaries of that EEG as at now.
The World Bank said remittance inflows to Nigeria and other sub-Saharan African countries soared 14.1% to $49 billion in 2021, following an 8.1% decline in the prior year. The World Bank's latest migration and development brief released at the weekend said recorded inflows showed that Nigeria was the largest recipient country in the region. The country gained 11.2% in part due to policies intended to channel inflows through the banking system. Growth in remittances was supported by strong economic activity in Europe and the United States. The report projected that in the year, remittance inflows are projected to grow by 7.1%, driven by continued shift to the use of official channels in Nigeria and higher food prices. Migrants will likely send more money to home countries that are now suffering extraordinary increases in prices of staples. Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has pegged the maximum amount to be raised from digital assets offering within 12 months at 10 billion naira. The limit is contained in the Commission's new rules on issuance, offering platforms, and custody of digital assets. These rules, according to the Commission, would apply to issuers seeking to raise capital through digital asset offerings. It defined digital asset as a digital token that represents assets such as a debt or equity claim on the issuer and includes initial coin offering and other distributed ledger technology offers of digital assets. The new rule stated that the issuer must demonstrate that the gross proceeds to be raised from the digital asset offering would be sufficient to undertake the project as proposed in the white paper. Now, the National Pension Commission has said that 73% of contributors under the Contributory Pension Scheme are below 40 years of age. It said in its age and gender distribution report for the fourth quarter of 2021 that this showed that the Contributory Pension Scheme had an increasing sustainability level. PENCOM's report, however, showed that male contributors dominated the retirement savings account holders list. According to PENCOM, over 9.5 million workers had registered under the CPS as of the end of February 2022. PENCOM revealed that total assets under the CPS rose by 460 billion naira in 3 months to 13.88 trillion naira in March. That's it on Business Splash for today on Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station. Don't forget to join us this Wednesday for another edition. Good morning. Thank you for listening. I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station. We educate, that's why we are respected. We inform, that's why we are loved. More music, we are the best. The Integrity Station. Splash, splash.
105.5.
Splash 105.5. Tune in and listen everywhere you go.
More no more gbe yewo Aláṣepé alábàárò kí la lè pè kájíròrò. This kind of love I know quick no. Ọ̀dọ́lẹ́gbà tó kún kókó. Permit me kí n sọ lórúkọ alátúntò mọ̀ọ́dáró.